as sad as it is to say, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. You, you. Why? Just no, no, no. An entire generation can be dumb. Like if you're just born after 2012 or whatever the year is, you have some God forbidden curse that completely f's you over. Like what the hell is that kind of mindset that you're more superior than millions of people just because of their age and what they do every day? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, and I don't want to be all modern YouTuber here, but I just do want to address some of the modern problems on this internet about everyone hating Gen A slash Alpha right now. And as the born in the in between years of 2010 and 2012, I'm going to be 13 this year, I feel obliged to talk on this topic while it's still hot on the algorithm. Anyway, let's jump right in. So when I boot up my YouTube, I see these kinds of content. Like if you just log out right now and view your YouTube homepage, do it after you're watching this video, you'll probably be able to at least scroll down about 9 videos and at least find one video about Gen Alpha right now. That's a really hot topic right now. I'll show you in a window here that you're seeing. But anyhow, yeah, so talking on the topic of Gen A's retardedness, which is completely false. Like, you have to, first of all, school grades don't really matter. I mean, like, at all. School grades, especially nowadays, are probably based off whatever gay agenda is now. Like, as someone that's homeschooled, I don't really get it. Like, it's, if they have bad grades, it's probably because they didn't accept some sort of, like, gay thing or something. So, getting bad grades, and plus, Gen Z got bad grades too. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Have you ever watched a movie from the 2000s, 2010s? So, and so bad school grades isn't everything people are blaming them for. Also, now people are blaming Gen Alpha for trying to recreate 2014, which is understandable because guess what? You're making fun of them, which I totally get it. As the gap holder here, I would say that I 100% get it while they're doing this. They don't want to be associated with this stupid generation you made them think they're part of. Therefore, I'm talking to you directly. I'm talking to you, Halo, Haley, or whoever it is. But anyhow, yeah. So the modern generation of Generation Alpha, there's nothing wrong with, especially because they're just watching reenacted Gmod crap that most of Gen Z watched around 2012 and 2013, which in my opinion is funny how you can making fun of what millennials are making fun of you. By you watching when you were children, which is the most funny crap that I've seen on the internet, like, at all. This is just a repeating thing, apparently, and it's just funny laughing at and making the most rudest comments ever on the internet. But when it comes to Gen Alpha, most people figure out the solution to this as taking away the internet directly and making COPPA and worshipping this internet law called COPPA and hoping that COSA will get passed, playing to whatever Blumenthal god they have or whatever crap these people Gen Z is talking about now. But yeah, that's not going to fix the problem either because you know what? The internet's basically required nowadays. And plus, like, what's the point in just removing it? Like, you could just remove the bad things, say Skibbity Toilet or whatever the other one people were talking about was. I forgot about it because most of these people watched crap too. So another argument I tell people, I hear people talking about is that Gen A has, well, problems with their brain for literally just watching this now, and it's unfixable, and they're going to ruin the world. What do you think that we live in a perfect world already? The fact that these people think that the United States is not going to fall in the next 15 years is completely insane to me. I mean, just look at Canada or the UK. But like the fact that you think Gen A is so bad for no reason. Just like they're not going to ruin the world completely. The world has been affected by every generation and will move things, but I'm literally tired of news articles covering these things, and it makes me to where my DDoS tools are getting multiple downloads per day, which is completely insane. In fact, I've added it's became a shortcut on some of them to DDoS these news sources because of the Gen Alpha stuff. And YouTube just recently moved into my DDoS tool selection for some reason. So I blocked that, so you can't DDoS YouTube or Google. Any Google product was blocked. I think I missed out a couple, but I can't really fit it in my 256 byte file. But anyway, and well, Gen Alpha, all these four problems have one main problem. How the fudge can you blame an entire generation for one mistake that's probably caused by like at most 10,000 kids around the world? And you have to remember there's like a billion or something kids. So, not really much out of the population. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, like, at all. If you just want to blame an entire generation, you missed out on your own generation, Gen Z, because you did see all the videos being made by millennials. Now millennials are doing the exact same thing they're blaming Gen Z for by giving them the iPad, apparently, and now Gen Z is apparently blaming this one Gen Alpha and millennials at the same time. It's like throwing a stone at your parents and throwing a stone at your children at the same time. It's just so humiliatingly insane that like you're just trying to make yourself more superior. Then again, I'm mentioning one person, Halo Haley, and that's not the only person I'm gonna mention in this video. We have more coming up. Ooh, I taste the bakery. Anyway, we're going to explore on the YouTube platform right now and just look at some pieces of this crepe here. Yummy, yummy crepe. Just look at the crepe here. It'll be amazingly satisfying to look at some of the videos. Okay, so we loaded this on my YouTube page. Don't ask why I'm running Windows XP. And, as you can see, there's a lot of things that pop up when we search Generation Alpha. Generation A on our tabs here. First video we get is Gen Alpha is romanticized in 2014 by none other than our Halo Haley, the person that I just told you about. Wow, Haley, can you just make a regular, normal video, like, that's not about Gen Alpha? Wow, look how many views. Well, anyway, skipping over that, we have, these kids are different. A music teacher tells the ... We're gonna go ahead and see what the ... is. Of course, clicking M to mute our YouTube video so I don't get banned.
The whole class. Let's hear from you.
Okay, so I've decided to load this in my browser, really slow. Teachers are burning out because students refuse to follow basic rules and it's really one student, blah blah blah. And kids are not the same, as this person's saying. Different when they start school, we usually don't see behaviors for a couple of weeks. Here's a really good example of how I know the children are different. I've been teaching for 10 years. Wow, oh my god, you've been teaching for 10 years. How reliable you are. Man, sometimes I really think that I'm going to end the world and I should just end it all. Going to put in the knife to recorder. Okay, when you record, you give them a recorder, and of course, even though you say these are positions, we're at West. This is for me. This is 1. This is 2. Fixing our hands, and 3 is putting right. So if I'm 1 in your lap, even if I can't read subtitles. As soon as your back's turned, somebody's going to toot on it. They're gonna toot on the recorder. That's something Gen Z probably did. Kids aren't different. Kids aren't different. You know, I just pulled up the report menu by accident. Here we upload. We got open a new video. This is my folder of crying teachers, and they are confused and frightened by the behavior of Generation Alpha. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's the end of the world. No, they're a little bit different, like teensy bit different than Gen Z. No, what are we gonna do? It's the end of the world. Burn ourselves. What? I don't get it, man. And Gen Alpha is a defiant, aggressive, especially on mood. I saw this video 5 years. Basically, there was a music teacher telling a child to twerk to a music video, and what? I'm so confused. Has the worst behavioral defects in how she's ever seen. This is what I think. I think the millennials are raising this generation who were raised by boomers and Gen X themselves are trying to overcorrect the way they were raised. What do you mean they're trying to overcorrect? That doesn't make any sense to me. In my opinion, all these people, this is what I'm talking about. Gen Z blaming two different people at one time. It's just so annoying, Gen Z right now. This person's Beyond 2021 Vision, if you want to know their channel, to go to it, so. And hated vowed to never do the same thing on their own kids. And I get it. I was raised by traditional, Greek immigrants. Wow. Well, this is kind of dumb. Let's read the comments. Let's read the comments by 14-year-olds that think they barely escaped this. Well, they did. Finally seeing someone in Gen Z saying something valid. Oh, it's always these poor excuses for them watching an iPad 24/7. They're not watching an iPad 24/7. They're watching the iPad when their parents are giving them doing something important at work. What do you think? They're just gonna. Anyway, out of that excuse, they're blaming it on the parents, even though it's not even the parents' fault. The parents are doing the work. Guess what? It's the economy's fault, in my opinion. It's the economy's fault. Everything's being raised up. If there is a problem about them, which is most likely not, it's the economy's fault. We are a couple of Gen X raising a Gen Alpha boy, late pregnancy, and we can only handle one of his friends over at a time, and we haven't been able to befriend any of the parents. We just have to explain proper behavior so many times, just hoping all rubs off and sticks. This is kind of dumb. This is kind of dumb. Just, you don't have to, the behavior explaining isn't something about Gen Alpha's behavior. It's just one child. I bet there was children in Gen Z that needed behavioral changes. It's just maybe a little bit more than Gen Z happened. I remember this meme of two Hurts raising a baby Hurt, and the adult Hurts read, our parents effed us up, so we won't F up you up. And the child's Hurt read, whole new kind of effed up. So there you have it. That's not funny, and that profile picture tells that you're a bot that stole someone else's comment. I've been saying this for years. Millennials who are raised by Gen X and Boomers are trying to overcorrect with their weight. Preach. We're disliking. I hate the word preach now. And I'm a Christian, and now I hate the word preach because people use the word preach in ways that I don't like. Okay, yeah, basically just a bunch of crap comments that don't make any sense. That really walled me up. I don't know about you. Anyhow, we're going to scroll past these. Gen Alpha adults in the year 2003. I've seen this Gen Alpha videos that I watched. And then there's a video that says Gen Alpha is doomed. Awful. Some weird looking face and two heads coming out of a toilet. Just because the kids' content now looks like some have to post the kids' content saying they're failing, even though most of the views on the kids' content are probably fudging bots. I don't get it personally. Like, as a Gen Alpha YouTuber, as much as I just ignore everything, I can't right now, and I have to embrace that that everyone for the next probably 10 years is gonna think I'm the worst person in humanity. But now that I see these videos, I kind of have some sort of remorse every time I see one of these videos about my existence, which is something that I definitely shouldn't have, and I know God doesn't want me to have remorse for existing. But these kinds of content is getting that far to where I think this is going to be increasing some of the certain weights that I'll show in a video about Kappa and Kosa, another one I'm planning to release. It's going to show some of the weights of different things here. It's going to be like a mesh of all these videos. Now, scrolling even further, we get Gen Alpha versus Greatest Generation. This is funny. It's making fun of all the Gen Alpha videos. That's funny. I give that a like, and that's by Ben Bros. I like Ben Bros. Okay. Why we should be terrified of Gen Alpha? Why are you terrified of children? Why are you terrified of children? I don't get it, lady. Why are you so terrified of children if you're saying they're so dumb they can't read? So, like, I really don't get these kinds of things, man. I'm literally thinking of just making a bot account and mass reporting at this point. But we're going to check this out so that you guys can see the brain rot. That is, people are making fun of the brain rot that Gen Alpha probably never watched, and it was just a bunch of crappy ad bot. Let's just load this video in, should load, don't really know. Okay, that's probably enough watching video, because it's not loading. Usually that means I've been using my internet browser for too long, if you know what I mean. Here we have the problem with Gen Alpha, different generations that job interviews. Gen Z is aging like milk, and millennials won't shut about it. Gen Alpha versus Gen Z. Gen Alpha, or hell. Why Gen Alpha will be the worst. You know, you can see how this is a bunch of clickbait crap that I honestly love to address. And I'd love to be at the front of all this content when you Google Gen Alpha, to just almost mass report these. And also, I do want to point out a YouTuber called, what's her name again? Her name is called Teacher Therapy. She says, "We would safe to tell the truth." When in reality, she's just blaming Gen Alpha, and she has been for the past 4 years, because she's a psychopath that probably escaped the insane asylum, in my opinion. And probably was arrested in the past for being a psychopath. But that's just my opinions. Here's our newest videos. Teachers versus Gen Z and Alpha, how bad parenting social media. I watched this, tried to review it before, and it is a banger of crap. I'm going to leave this in my comment section for everyone to watch. I'm just going to leave it maybe in the description. This video right here is going in my description. I'm not even kidding. I'm putting it in my description because I watched this video before, and it is a bunch of bull crap that I don't agree with. Like, only a little bit of it I agree with. There's half of it and half of it not. And I honestly, I want to gaslight this person. But I know I can't, because this is the modern YouTube we live in. Anyway, scrolling for the YouTube feed, we can see a fatherless generation. That's dumb. I don't get it. That's dumb. Why is the generation fatherless? Elementary students need consequences for bad behavior. What do you think? They're going to put them in detention in elementary school or something? I bet this person's a Democrat, you know? I mean, I haven't seen anything like this in a while. Quitting teaching. Lazy, whiny students, pushy parents. Something else, but the thumbnail says, "Why a teacher quit mid-year to pursue a career in instructional design." A parent tells all, the most shocking interview, crazy student, ... Dangerous students, nepotism, gaslighting, daily disrespect, and more. You know, this person just hates children. You know, when this person gets married, they're going to have a really crappy time. All I know is that. If they ever get married. Going through Teacher Therapy's channel, we can see some of these videos are just related to this. So, not all of these are about Gen Alpha. They're mostly to teachers, and mostly hating on children, actually, not in Gen Alpha ways. I bet she's talked about Kappa once or twice. That's definitely going back in my lane. But here's a good one. Gen Alpha equals Gen Tablet. This is a year ago. People are already talking about Gen Alpha a year ago, but it just blew up, like, in the past couple months. Gen Alpha more like Gen Beta, what's up? Yeah, that's true, actually. Because Gen Beta is coming right around the corner. The Invasion of Gen Alpha by Tommy NFG. I used to actually watch Tommy NFG, but in my opinion, he's too sweary and stuff like that, and he's definitely not Christian, so I kind of stopped watching him a couple months back. Dark Reality of iPad Kids, you know, just looking at all this. Doomed, we have some, just some person behind here and with suggestive energy and some scary thing and some screaming kid at an iPad by Moon. I used to watch Moon too. In fact, he was one of my favorite YouTube documenters until recently when he uploaded these videos and I couldn't take it anymore because he keeps uploading the same kind of content now, and it's just gotten to a point where YouTube is basically hate on AlphaTube now. Here's the first good Gen Alpha video. I watched this one too before. And hold on. This guy called Sambucha, you may know him. He has a lot of subs. He actually just did the slang words for it. He's personally a chill guy. He doesn't really he's actually a chill guy. He's the first guy that I've ever seen on the internet that doesn't hate on a generation at all. So that gives him thousands of thumbs up for me. Here's another video on Gen Alpha here. The Disturbing Rise of iPad Kids by Moon. I told you he kept uploading the same kind of content. You guys didn't believe me. Here's a good video that unfortunately didn't get that many views. Probably because he needs to change his thumbnail. Gen Alpha isn't doomed. You're just getting old. I agree with this guy. And here's another one by Novi. How Generation Alpha will change society forever. Of course, hell with the eyes crossed out. I've seen that's the most popular. The word hell on the internet's growing because of Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha equal hell. Ha ha ha. Happy Gen Z. Here's another one. And I feel like I could just keep saying this. So